Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
A breaking news story WRAL is following this morning. An Amber Alert for a missing 9-year-old and the man she's believed to be with. We have a breaking update here in the WRAL Live Center.
And you don't have to grab your heaviest coat this morning. It's warmer, and we'll show you the warming trend that continues for the next several days.
And in just a few hours, both Vice President and Kamala Harris will be making their stops in North Carolina, where they're rallying today as their time to bolster support from voters is running out. Before you run out, we're going to have you stop in with us here on your Wednesday morning. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. Noticeably warmer out there, starting off in the 50s. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. I still had a light layer, but some people may not need it.
Yeah, I did too. I hate to be cold. So it is a lot warmer than it was yesterday. 59 in Durham, 60 right now in Southern Pines, 55 in Clinton, 52 Rocky Mount, 54 in Goldsboro. And with these warmer temperatures, we may end up seeing a bit of fog. We've had more moisture move in. You know, it was a little cloudier yesterday. In terms of temperatures, anywhere from 4 degrees in Clinton to 18 degrees warmer in Southern Pines than it was this time yesterday. Again, expect there to be a bit of fog out there this morning, so just keep your eye on that. Keep checking back with us before you head out the door, because I'll have the latest look at where the fog is starting to develop. It's most likely to be in our southern counties. It's going to be a warm afternoon. Yesterday, low 70s, looking at upper 70s for this afternoon. And we are still on track for a very nice trick-or-treat time. Temperatures will mostly be in the 70s as the kids are heading out.
Chris Levingood here in the WRAL Live Center with a breaking story we've been following overnight. This is regarding an Amber Alert that was issued for missing 9-year-old Micaiah WRAL Strickland. And this is the man she's believed to be with. This is 50-year-old Claude WRAL. He's 6'5", according to investigators. And they were last seen on 200 Corinth Road, Lot 13, and this is in Pembroke, North Carolina in Robeson County. Now, they were last seen in a blue 2011 Chevy Traverse with the NC license tag LBL1909. So here is what we are doing at WRAL News. We are making calls to investigators. We are trying to scour any sort of feed, social media, etc., seeing if there is more information regarding this story. Stay with WRAL News as we try to get you more information on this Amber Alert.
Chris, thank you. Election Day is just 6 days away, and both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump will be in our state today to meet with voters. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from RDU Airport this morning. And Kelsey, both candidates will arrive there in a few hours before making stops in different cities.
Yesterday, they'll both be here in just a few hours, and they're honing in on North Carolina as we are at the countdown to Election Day. So Vice President Kamala Harris will be making a campaign stop in Raleigh today. The North Carolina Democratic Party announced that event will happen sometime this morning. We're working to find out more about the timing and location. As she's visiting Raleigh, her running mate, Governor Tim Walz, will be in Charlotte and Asheville. Former President Donald Trump is scheduled to visit the Rocky Mount Events Center at 1 o'clock. Doors will open for that event at 9 o'clock this morning. So we'll have a team here at RDU to keep you updated on both candidates' arrival. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live at RDU.
We'll have team coverage throughout the day. Brett Neese is covering the vice president's stop in Raleigh, and Heidi Kirk will be in Rocky Mount for Trump's visit. We will bring you live updates on WRAL.com and the WRAL News app.
Also, a new WRAL News poll released this morning at 4 a.m. shows strong support for current Attorney General Josh Stein in the race for North Carolina's next governor. The statewide poll shows a 15-point lead for Stein. 52% of respondents said they have or plan to vote for him, and to Robinson's 37%. 10% of voters are undecided right now. 1% say they plan to vote third party. WRAL News poll results Tuesday showed a tie from the presidential race between Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump, Democratic candidate Kamala Harris. Meredith College political scientist Dave McLennan says less support for Robinson doesn't seem to be affecting other GOP candidates. He says Democratic ads have struggled to tie Robinson to other Republicans.
We've seen over the course of several decades, political ads have really lost a lot of impact. Just in general, people are paying less attention to them. They're doing their own research.
You can go to WRAL.com right now to do your own research as well. See our complete article on the poll results and the race to win North Carolina. And later today, our Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie digs deeper into those numbers. Tonight at 6, we'll break down results in the closely watched race for state superintendent, which appears to be much closer than the race for governor.
I'm Nick Perlin in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker, and I want you to take a look behind me as there's a police investigation unfolding right in front of us. This is at a Circle K here on New Bern Avenue. As you can see here, there's 4 Raleigh police cruisers, and that front entrance here is taped off. We're still unsure why exactly Raleigh police was called here early this morning. We're still trying to reach out, make some phone calls to try to get more information about what happened at this Circle K. But right now, we can't tell you there is some sort of an investigation going on, and nobody is allowed in or out of this Circle K. Of course, I'm going to continue to ask more questions and get you the very latest as this continues to unfold. Live in Raleigh, Nick Perlin, WRAL News.
For the second day in a row, extra law enforcement and Wake School security will be at Raleigh's Broughton High School today. The school was on code red lockdown yesterday. Someone reported a student had a gun on campus. Authorities searched the school. They did not find a gun. Police tell us a student was detained in connection to what happened. Officers did not say how that student was connected, just that it is part of the investigation. This comes days after a student was found with a gun off campus.
Durham police are investigating a shooting that injured a man. It happened at 7:30 on Dayton Street. Police found a man who had been shot, and they say he is expected to live. If you have any information about this case, you're asked to call police.
A driver is facing charges this morning after crashing into a home in Johnston County. You can see the extensive damage to the house near Smithfield. Thankfully, no one was in the house. The people who lived there moved out just 2 weeks ago. Wilson's Mills police say an officer tried to stop the car for speeding in a work zone on US 70. That's when a chase began. Police say the officer stopped the chase after the driver turned off his lights. A short time later, the car crashed into this home on Creech's Mill Road. We talked with the owners of the home who describe what happened.
He came down this road, bumped the lady's car about a quarter of a mile up the road, came off the road, came through the front yard of this house and entered the bedroom of our house.
The driver was taken to the hospital, and we're working to learn how badly he was hurt.
Today, we'll get a look at the Biltmore before it reopens this weekend. WRAL's Chelsea Donovan will be there, sharing how they're preparing to welcome back their guests. Tonight at 6 on WRAL, Chelsea will take you behind the scenes as they raise the holiday centerpiece, a 35-foot Fraser fir Christmas tree. Beginning Saturday, you'll be able to visit the estate for Christmas at Biltmore.
Election workers on the lookout for possible security issues with less than a week to go before the election. Yesterday, a hazmat team responded to a report of a suspicious package at the Wake County Board of Elections, and it turned out to be a box of cookies sent to the office as a thank you gift. Election workers say they are not taking any chances. In Durham County, the Board of Elections added bulletproof glass, ballistics doors, and a panic button at its office. It also has a mail room with a separate exhaust system for possible hazardous substances.
It's not overkill. It's not a stretch. These are defenders of democracy. We're the front lines in making sure that we preserve this great experience that is America. And I think no cost. I don't think any cost is too much to ensure we're protected.
Boards of elections in North Carolina and 19 other states have received suspicious packages and letters in the last month.
It's 4:40 right now on your Wednesday. A Halloween decoration of a mummy hanging from a tree is stirring up controversy in Wake Forest. The reason town officials gave that family when they came to remove the decoration.
Plus, NC State quarterback Grayson McCall is talking about his decision to retire from the game.
My family and all the things I want to do in the future, it's just, it's not worth it at the end of the day.
He talks about the moment he knew it was time to hang up his helmet after suffering his latest concussion.
And we give you this live look in Durham right now, the Bull City this morning, American Tobacco Campus. Some fog is out in some of the surrounding areas this morning. We'll be keeping an eye on that. And meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will tell us how much temperatures are going to warm up as we head towards Halloween tomorrow.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:43, and we take a live look at North Hills, and you can almost pick out some of the cloud cover that's hanging here. So we are going to see some low cloud cover and even some patchy fog across the areas. It's something that we'll be watching for you this morning. It is also much warmer than it was yesterday. Look at that, 60 in Southern Pines, almost 20 degrees warmer in Southern Pines this morning. Tarboro is showing a little fog there, 51, 60 in Irwin, 52 in Rocky Mount. And if you're headed out to vote early today, temperatures will mostly be in the 50s this morning. If you're headed out around 7 or 8 o'clock this morning, looking at around 60 degrees, and we'll see a high of almost 70 this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies, it stays dry, but I am tracking a front that comes through Friday night that could bring us a little rain on Saturday. I'll show you how much we could see.
Elizabeth, thanks. A 70-year-old man is in custody this morning after police say he used guns to fire at least 15 gunshots through the walls, doors, and off the balcony of his apartment. This happened at a Four Seasons hotel in Atlanta. The shooting prompted an hours-long standoff yesterday afternoon. Here's a look at the scene. Police responded to a call of a man having a mental health crisis. The man, identified as Jay Berger, would not talk to police. He barricaded himself inside his apartment. And then police say he started shooting from the balcony. One police officer was hurt. At least 2 other officers returned fire. He was arrested after surrendering, and he is expected to face a list of charges.
A teenager charged in a fatal stabbing attack at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class in England now faces terrorism charges. You may remember this. Back in July, 3 young girls died during that knife attack in Southport, England. 8 other children were injured. Police say the new charges stem from a search of the suspect's home. The 18-year-old will appear in court today. His trial is scheduled to begin in January.
A certain baby powder recall is expanding due to concerns of asbestos exposure. The FDA announced the DynaCare baby powder recall has been expanded to 1,020 cases. The initial recall, announced in September, involved just 62 cases. The affected baby powder was shipped out to 35 states and sold on Amazon. The FDA says the results from routine testing found that some cases of the affected baby powder could potentially be tainted with asbestos.
A family's spooky tradition is sparking controversy in Wake Forest. This right here is the Halloween decoration that is at the center of it all, a body hanging from a tree by its feet. The town says it received complaints that the people called in and said that image of a body hanging from a rope was offensive. A town employee came to the home yesterday and took it down while the homeowner was away. This video from the home's doorbell camera shows that. The town says it removed the decoration because it was hung in a tree on town property, not on the homeowner's property. The homeowner says he's had the decoration up for 3 years and hasn't heard any complaints from trick-or-treaters.
NC State quarterback Grayson McCall is speaking out about his decision to end his college football career after a second concussion this season. The North Carolina native estimates the concussion he suffered in the Wake Forest game was his 6th or 7th. McCall said he knew almost immediately that it was time to give up the sport.
You know, at the end of the day, I want to have a full life. I want to get married and have kids one day, and I want to be a football coach, and I want to be a great dad one day. So without a healthy brain, none of those things are possible. So, you know, I love the game so much, but it's come down to things bigger than that.
He has so much future ahead of him. McCall said he has no regrets about his time playing football, and he has known this was a possibility when he missed the final 6 games of the 2023 season when he played for Coastal Carolina. A tough decision.
Oh, yeah. He said he's had 6 or 7 concussions by his estimate there. Elizabeth Gardner is over in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Right now, we have a pleasant start to our day. It's pretty mild out there right now.
It is noticeably different. In some places 10 to 15 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday. But we're also starting off with some cloud cover. This is a live look at downtown Raleigh past the legislative building. And you can see the gray there. That's the cloud cover that rolled in overnight last night. 59 is our temperature. Our dew point's 55. And this, of course, is the measure of moisture in the atmosphere. Yesterday it was in the 40s. Today it's in the 50s. And so there's definitely more moisture, enough for there to be some patchy fog out there. Couple of spots already showing it. Wilson's at a quarter of a mile is what we would consider fog. Goldsboro close to it at about half a mile. And then we head down to the south, and not much showing up here, 7 to 10 miles for the most part. But fog is one of those things that tends to change fairly quickly and often gets a little bit thicker as we get closer to sunrise. So we still have the potential for that to develop. As a matter of fact, here at 6 a.m., you can see a good bit of fog from Goldsboro through Fayetteville, Clinton, and Southern Pines. It's likely to potentially spread all the way up toward the Triangle. But once we get to around 11 or 12, it will dissipate. So you just may see it from Raleigh southward. Here's why we're seeing that additional moisture. High pressure sitting offshore is helping to feed the moisture off the coast, and that pattern will continue for the next couple of days. So we may have some foggy mornings for the next few mornings. If you're headed out to vote early, you could see some of that in our southern counties. The temperatures will be nice and mild, 60 at 8 a.m. At lunchtime, 73. And then, of course, we're going to see a high of 79 this afternoon. We're starting to see some really pretty color out there. Loving your Weather Watcher photos. Mary Jane Thomas sent us this one from Bass. It looks like right beside a pond or some water there. Gorgeous trees. It's really looking pretty, especially against that bright blue sky. We'd love to see your photos. Go to WRAL.com, search Weather Watchers, and it'll show you how to upload a few for us. Halloween, of course, we have high pressure that's building in, and that high pressure system is helping to bring us some warm temperatures. Checking out our forecast high. Our normal is 69, and so we're well above that today, tomorrow, and Friday. 80 Thursday for Halloween, and then it's cooler on Saturday and Sunday, back down to around 70. But that forecast high of 80 in Raleigh is about 5 degrees from the record high in Fayetteville, 82 versus 86. Halloween planners still looking great. We'll see a good bit of sunshine, then clear skies for trick-or-treating, starting in the 70s and dropping into the upper 60s. Don't forget, also the time change this weekend. Our sunset right now is at 6:20. The sunset on Sunday is 5:19. A little bit of an adjustment, but we do get that extra hour of sleep. We have a small chance for rain Friday night into early Saturday with a front coming through. I'll walk you through that coming up.
Elizabeth, thanks. Actor Johnny Depp is attempting a major Hollywood comeback. We'll tell you about his upcoming movie that has him teaming up again with actress Penelope Cruz.
And also, fans of Panic at the Disco may want to consider a trip to Sin City next year. The major announcement the band has made ahead of the 20th anniversary of their debut album. Tonight, your kids can have fun and you can learn more about Raleigh transportation projects all at the same time. The city is hosting a transportation and treats event at Marsh Creek Community Center. It's from 4 to 7 tonight. These are pictures from last year's event. And it looks like a good time had by all there, Renee.
Yeah, can't wait to see those costumes. Well, now to some movie news, beginning with the new honor for a 5-time Oscar winner. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
I, like you, was entranced by the films I saw when I was young. And
the American Film Institute is giving Francis Ford Coppola what it calls America's highest honor for a career in film. The iconic filmmaker is set to receive the 50th AFI Life Achievement Award at a gala tribute in Los Angeles next April. Coppola's films The Godfather Part 2, and Apocalypse Now are all on AFI's 100 Years, 100 Movies list.
If I get married to an American, I wouldn't have to go back to Russia.
On the other coast, nominations are out for the Gotham Awards. Anora is up for Best Feature, along with Baby Girl starring Nicole Kidman, the Zendaya tennis drama Challengers, A Different Man starring Sebastian Stan, and Nickel Boys, based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel. This year's Gotham Awards are set for December 2nd in New York.
It's a wise old queen who taught me that I had a duty to live, to conquer hate with knowledge and sincerity and love.
The difficulty is to convince someone else he is really part of you.
Here's your first look at Luca Guadagnino's new movie, Queer. Daniel Craig plays a lonely American living in Mexico City in 1950 in the drama based on the William S. Burroughs novel. Drew Starkey and Leslie Manville co-star. Queer opens in theaters November 27th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Johnny Depp and Penelope Cruz will reunite for another on-screen collab. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the actors will star in Lionsgate's upcoming thriller, Day Drinker. The story follows a cruise ship bartender and a mysterious day drinker getting entangled in a criminal underbelly. It marks Depp's first major studio film since his defamation trial against ex-wife Amber Heard. The actor has starred alongside Cruz in 3 other films, including 2001's Blow and 2011's Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
Panic at the Disco's first album, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, turns 20 next year, and the band is coming out of retirement to celebrate it. The band will headline the When We Were Young Festival in Las Vegas next October alongside Blink-182. A full lineup for the festival. It is an annual fun festival. It was released yesterday. Panic's frontman confirmed the band will play its debut album in its entirety. The festival will also include performances by Weezer, Avril Lavigne, Offspring, and All Time Low.
Police are looking for this 9-year-old girl at the center of an Amber Alert, who authorities say she was last seen with.
Plus, more security today at Broughton High School in Raleigh for the second day in a row after several gun-related incidents with students this week.